the Retro Smash Gaming Podcast. Wherever you are, wherever you may be listening, thank you so much for tuning in. You can hit us up on Twitter at retro_smashed. We're a bi-weekly podcast where two old friends hang out, drink beer, and talk video games. I am Weldy Time. You can hit me up on Twitch Sunday through Thursdays around 8 p.m. playing your favorite retro classics. The gentleman sitting across from me, the man, the myth, the legend, a man who doesn't know how a roundabout works, but then again, does anybody? He is Eric. Eric, how are we doing today, good sir?
I about know what it is.
You just gotta go. I mean, they've been wanting to put one in our hometown and our nearest big city forever, and it's just like everyone's all excited about it because they think it's gonna, make traffic better.
Well, in that one
spot. Did you
spot,
shush me?
I quieted.
Did you shush me?
A little bit.
You did.
I think
you just shushed me. We're 45 seconds into recording and you shushed me.
Just turn it down a little bit, bro. Okay, I get really confused.
Confused.
There are the certain types of roundabouts that have like 2 lanes in them.
Those are messed up. I just stay on the outside.
I have no idea what the fuck to do. I about got in an accident one time in Indy because of that.
Just stay in the inside lane and just drive in circles until the end of eternity.
Yeah, just wait till there's nobody around and just go.
Yeah. And if you run out of gas, then you're just impeding traffic for everybody else. So,
what are we talking about today? I don't know. What are we talking about today?
You're going to do this the entire time, aren't you?
Maybe.
Am I that predictable?
We are actually doing not a retro game, but it's spiritually retro.
I like that phrase.
I do too. I coined it. Come at me.
Trademark it.
Yeah. I'll get right on that.
I need you to call. No, I don't.
We are going to review the game Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, which is very Castlevania-like. Do you play Castlevania?
I did.
I know your big ones were Mega Man and Metroid. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, you're comfortable with Castlevania?
Yeah. I love...
Okay, good, because our game we got coming up is a trivia game. It's from Castlevania.
Like the series or the original? Because, the original Castlevania games were... I loved 4. Super Castlevania 4 was great.
No, it's the series.
Oh, it's the whole series.
So this is what I was wondering. Okay, you were more Mega Man Metroid. I was more Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong.
Yep, so that's your big 3. Mine was Metroid, Mega Man, and Castlevania. That was my big 3.
Can you classify people by that? Because, Mega Man, Metroid, and Castlevania seems a lot more hardcore gamer.
Kind of darker style games.
And Zelda and Mario, Zelda, and Donkey Kong seem more casual.
Right.
So what's that say about her personality?
I'm a masochist gamer.
But you don't like Donkey Kong. It's not that you don't like it. But
I don't not like it. But again, it's just not my cup of tea.
Is it too hard for you, bro?
Dude, I played Mega Man. I played Castlevania.
And that's probably why I never played Mega Man. Metroid and Castlevania because they're fucking hard.
I played Super Metroid. I got my best. I got my PR this past week in Super Metroid. Did I tell you that?
No. What was your time?
Hour 5 minutes in games for any percent. So I'm gonna get. I hope that by the end of the year I can get under the hour mark. But between that and Super Mario World, I think I'm top 1,000 in the world in both games.
Dude, I keep saying this to you, but we need to race. I mean, we both got the Switch, and Super Mario World and Super Metroid are both on there.
Yes.
Give me a little bit, and I'll pick up on Super Metroid, and then we'll race both games. Fastest
back to back?
time. Yep, fastest time. You have to complete both games.
Well, wait a second. Because Super Mario World can take you 13 to 14 minutes.
12 minutes.
12. Yours is 12? I think I'm at 12:59, so I'm at 13.
My time is 10 minutes.
Wow.
I'm shaking my head as I say this.
You almost got me.
I think my best time, and I don't exactly remember, it was around 13 or 14 minutes.
Mine is, I have it in here. I have it saved.
Right next to the picture of his kids.
Right next to the picture of my wife and I at Disney World for our honeymoon. Me and my wife, and there's one of my son posing like Hulk Hogan. 12:59:50. So nice. Just a smidge under the 13-minute mark for Super Mario World.
All right, so we got a YouTube channel that we haven't uploaded anything, and we probably won't for a while. But is there any way where, I'm sure there is, where we could both, like, be playing at home? Well, we probably wouldn't be able to play at home. That we could cast it on YouTube?
I'm sure there's a way.
I mean, both of our screens?
You could probably. I don't know how, because, like I say, I only stream to Twitch. I haven't touched anything with YouTube or Facebook gaming yet.
We could call it the Super Race. Super Metroid, Super Mario World.
Super Mario Kart, because I know that's going to get under your skin. Because Super Mario Kart is just, it's not Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart.
It's not Mario Kart 10. It's not Mario Kart 56, Rise of Bowser. It's not Mario Kart XP or 98 or 95.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a perfect game. It really is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the perfect game.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably rate it 10 out of 10.
Really?
I would.
Is it? Can you say it is the best game you've ever played?
No, there's several games I'd rate 10 out of 10.
Really? That's the perfect game. That's a huge accolade, though.
Yeah, it's really not, because it's come from me.
No, but still, for anybody to say it is the perfect game, like that's got to be worth the price of admission right there. I'm looking it up right now because I'm seeing what other game what other game channels or anything like that, what they rate this game as. So I want to see what their rating system is compared to yours, to see how many 10s it's gotten.
Okay, is it really like a perfect game? No. To me and my taste, my likes and whatnot, it is a perfect game.
It is fun. It's a good game.
I have so much fun with that game.
Let's see. We're on Wikipedia. I'm on Wikipedia, where everything is right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wikipedia. Let's see. Release. Let's see. I got an 18 out of 20.
Who rates shit out of 20?
I don't know. I got somebody from GameSpot. 9 out of 10. I got Metacritic at a 92. I got Game Rankings at 92.39. I got digitally downloaded 4.5 out of 5. Let's see. It would debut at number 1 on the sales chart in the United Kingdom, make it the first Nintendo game to be number 1 in the UK since
Super Mario World.
Ooh, no. Here we go. In the United Kingdom, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe debuted at number 1 on the sales chart, making it the first Nintendo game to be number 1 in the UK since 2011's blank.
So 2011 was Wii. I'm just going to say Wii Sports.
That's funny you say that, because that was next on here.
Probably Mario Kart then.
No, it was Pokemon White. And it actually says on here, in the first Mario game to place such since Mario Kart Wii, the original. So there you go.
There you go.
So 92s across the board. So I'd say a few people agree with you. A few people kind of say it's about the perfect game too. So I'm still perfect is a big accolade. I don't know if I have a perfect game.
I would also there's several games I would call perfect.
And I'm kind of half picking on you. I'm half picking on you. But perfect's a huge word.
Link to the Past, Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Perfect game.
Halo 3. I mean, that's fresh on my mind.
You're right. Just throwing it all out there. Like I say, you're kind of looking back at the. Mine would be the original Red Dead Redemption, which, if you haven't listened to the top 7 360 games, spoiler alert. Yes, please go back and listen to it and leave a comment. And I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it's pretty high on my list. So, what are we doing today?
I don't know. What are we doing today?
I don't know. You're normally the one that asked me that question, and I kind of say, I don't know. What are we doing today? And you kind of just tell me what we're doing, and I just kind of go with it.
Yeah. So we're doing a spiritually retro game.
Yes.
Before we get into that, and I kind of want to talk about what is spiritually retro. What's that mean? People probably picked up on it, but what's it mean to us?
Right.
If that matters. I don't know if that matters.
And it would. And we'll get into that here in a little bit after you said you had Castlevania trivia for me?
After the game. The setup of our show, a little banter. Then I like playing a game with you because, I mean, we're gamers. We're both competitive.
I like playing games too.
All right, so we are doing a Castlevania trivia.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's just jump into it. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right?
6? Yeah, I was just saying in the last podcast that I can't count to 7, but man.
All right, I have 6 questions for you.
Okay.
I think these are kind of hard questions because I kind of like being a dick.
That's fair.
Let's say if you get half of them right, you win.
Okay.
We'll just do a shot again.
Cool.
All
right.
Let's jump into it.
So this means I'll end up doing probably 2 or 3. Probably, right? Because I'll end up doing one anyway, whether or not I win or lose.
Do you want to do a shot?
For everyone I get wrong? No.
Everyone you get wrong, you do a shot. Everyone you get right, I do a shot.
No, that peanut butter whiskey by Screwball. This is totally not an ad. Is
hit us up, Screwball?
Yes, please hit us up. We'd like a sponsor. It's really good. So I'd be poised to say yes.
Unless you're allergic to peanuts, then don't drink it.
All right, so let's do it. Let's go. What you got?
Okay, first question is, what is the name of the Belmont family's legendary whip?
It is the Vampire Killer.
That is correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Hooray. I was like, I figured it was going to have some big exotic name, but no, Vampire Killer is pretty right on the nose.
That's probably the easiest question. Just to let you know. Okay, number 2.
That's fair.
Who was the head director of the first Castlevania game?
Oh my God, what? Oh boy. I have no clue.
No guess?
No.
Hitoshi Akamatsu.
Oh, that was my next guess.
All right, you're 1 for 1. Or I'm sorry, you're 1 for 2.
God, what the hell is this question? Number 3.
Number 3. What year did Castlevania Symphony of the Night release?
1997?
Holy shit, you got it.
Yes! I almost said 1996 just because I played Symphony of the Night recently. Which, by the way, you use the word perfect. I don't like using the word perfect, but I do like using the word masterpiece. Symphony of the Night is an absolute masterpiece. That game is stunningly beautiful. It really is.
What did that come out on?
It came out on the PS1 originally, but it's downloaded to like multiple. You can be downloaded on multiple ports. Like I think I had it on. I purchased it for. I have multiple copies now. I think about it because I think I had it on the 360, and then I had it on the PS1, the original copy, and then I had it on. I got it on Xbox Marketplace for the 1, straight downloaded it. So I think I actually purchased that game 3 times.
Right, you're 2 for 3. Said if you get 3 out of the 6 correct, you win.
Yay!
So you just need one more. Question 4. Which 2 characters from Castlevania made it into Smash Brothers Ultimate as playable fighters?
Oh, Alucard and Simon?
Simon and Richter?
Oh, no. Dang it. Okay.
2 for 4. Halfway there. Number 5. How many mainline Castlevania games have been released? Not including ports, remakes, or the mobile game. Depending on how close you get, I might give you a little leeway.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. I gotta use my fingers and toes for this one. Because you had the original 3, you had 4, you had Symphony of the Night, you had Dracula X, or you had Bloodlines.
20 years later.
Shut up. You had Castlevania 64. You had Aria of Sorrow. Dissonant. That's 10. You had,
for a guy who said he can't count to 7, you're counting pretty fucking high.
I am. Lords of Shadow 1 and 2. Judgment. I'm going to say there's probably 2 or 3 I'm straight up missing there. So I'm going to round up. I'm going to say 16.
Man, you were so close.
Really?
Yeah, I want to give it to you.
No, I missed it.
You missed it because it's really 24. You're 8.
Oh my god, 24. What are you considering mainline? Like, did you have?
I don't know, man. I just got these questions off.
Because I know they have
some site. Shout out to the site I got this from.
Off of Wikipedia, where everything is correct. Because I know they have like the downloadable Castlevania games. And
yeah, it said not including ports, remakes, or mobile game.
Okay, that's fair.
There's 24.
All right. Let's go. One more.
You got to get this right. The game's Japanese name, Akumaju Dracula, translates to what?
That's Dracula X, right? I'm going to say Dracula X.
It translates to Dracula X.
Oh my god, yes! I win again! 2 weeks in a row! Yes!
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
It translates to Demon Castle Dracula.
You son of a bitch.
Alright.
You son of a bitch.
So Nick takes a shot.
Yeah, for me.
Here's the thing, though.
Did I do a lot better than you thought I was going to do?
We said if I won, you would take a shot. And if you won, I would take a shot. The thing is, we're both winners and we're both losers. So we're both going to take a shot.
One for everybody. Hank Hill singing Little John. Turn down for what?
You're going to trigger the memories of some people.
Right. Turn down for what? Damn it, Bobby.
We have a buddy who, at his wedding reception, tore his ACL dancing to Turn Down for
I didn't know he was dancing to that song.
Dude, he jumped up and he came back down and he couldn't fucking stand.
I didn't know he was dancing to that song. I forgot about that.
Oh, shout out to Dan if you're listening.
Turn down for what? I'm going to be doing that all day tomorrow. Annoying the hell out of my wife.
All right, let's jump into the main topic.
Let's do it.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Well, hold on. Let's back it up here. Let's back it up a little bit because you threw out what I think is an awesome phrase. We're not backing up that far. I mean, is that a fat joke?
No.
Do I need to beep when I back up? Is that what you're saying?
That's what trucks do when they back up.
That's what giant things do when they back up. Are you trying to say something? All right. So what's our main topic for the afternoon, evening, or wherever you're located?
Well, it would be time, not location.
Oh, that is well. It's evening in one place and it's afternoon in another.
What's Neil deGrasse Tyson said? Like you can't.
Oh God.
Like time and location are not separated. So if you say meet me on the corner of, 1st and 2nd Street, you have to say time.
Okay.
That makes absolutely no fucking sense when I say it. It makes a lot of sense when he says it.
So when you meet me on the corner of 5th and Diendo,
like time and location are really one because of the way we're moving through the universe.
But if I were to say to you, meet me at the corner of 5th and Diendo at 8 o'clock, does that make sense?
Yeah, because it's the time and location.
Or you meet me on 5th or Diendo?
Dude, I shouldn't have even said anything because I sound like a fucking idiot.
Are you meeting me on 5th Street or you meet me on Diendo?
Well, the corner. Because they meet.
No, if locations are irrelevant and time's irrelevant, are you meeting me at 5th or Diendo?
I don't get it.
Well, which one are you meeting me on?
Both, where they intersect.
But they don't really truly intersect, so you're either meeting me on one or the other, right?
No, if you'd say the corner... Oh,
are you meeting me on 5th, or are you meeting me on...
All right, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Meet me on...
No.
Wait, what did I say? 5th, and what was the other one?
Diendo?
Diendo this dick!
Yes! Yes!
Oh, God. So now I'm 2 and 4, but that's okay. Okay. So what's our main topic?
That'd be a pretty good batting average, huh?
That's 333. 2 out of 6.
Said 2 out of 4.
I'm 2 and 4.
Oh, 2 and 4. Yeah,
2 and 4. Good. No, that's 333. That's still not bad.
Dude, we are in episode, I don't know what this is, 4? No, 5, 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah, it's
played
probably
6 games, yeah. But anyway, you brought up a phrase, and I just want to say this before we get going into the actual game, which is a phenomenal game, by the way. You brought up a phrase that I really, really, really like, and you called it spiritually retro.
Yeah.
So what are this game that we're reviewing, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon? This is one that we like to consider a spiritually retro game. So what is your, like, don't give me like a strict definition. What do you consider a game that is spiritually retro?
You know, I've been thinking about this today and trying to come up with a good definition for it. And I really couldn't land on anything. It's the feel of the game.
Right.
The aesthetics and really the intention of what they're going for.
Sure. Because, I mean, it's a broad spectrum of what that could mean, but like this game feels and looks like a retro game, but it was just made a few years ago. Like, it's made relative.
But it could be played on a retro system.
It does look like it, yeah.
Just to get into it.
I didn't even think about that because I was trying to think of like a counter argument just for like debate purposes. Because I was thinking about Minecraft. You know, it's a game that it's basically just blocks and, you know, polygons and stuff like that. I mean, there is so much to do, but it looks like it's a non-rendered, older style 3D game. But it was made a few years ago. But when you say that, you know, plausibly, could it be played on an older system? I like that. I like that answer. Does it look and feel like it could be played on like an NES or a Super Nintendo or a Genesis? You know, anything that has a look and feel of an 8 or 16-bit style game, but was made recently.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon definitely falls in that category.
Absolutely does, yes.
With retro games and what we're trying to cover, it's really just that feeling. So when I sent out the text to you saying I wanted to cover a quote unquote newer retro game.
Yes.
You know, like really just like a game comes on a disc, I guess, like PS2, Xbox, generation up.
And I knew what you were saying because I knew you didn't mean like remakes of recent games. You weren't talking remakes. You were talking like a game that has the look and feel and playability of a retro game, like Bloodstained, or one that I threw out to you that you haven't played yet, Axiom Verge was another one.
No, that's not what I meant when I said newer retro game. We kind of drew the line with retro with the Wii, the 360 and PS3 and back.
Sure.
When I said newer retro game, I meant a more recent, what we're considering a retro game. So like a Wii, 360, PS3, PS2, Xbox, GameCube, one of those.
Oh, so it doesn't necessarily have to be made in the last like 3 to 4 years.
No, that's not what I meant. But when you came to me and said, "Hey, check out this Bloodstained game," like, right. I love that idea. Just like a game that was designed to have that retro feel,
right? And I'm looking at the ones
that's really what we're going for with the retro game podcast, because we just like the feel of those type of games.
Yeah. So what let's jump into the review and we'll see if we can't do like a roundabout. We'll see if we can't round out a definition. So what did Bloodstained, and we're talking the original here. We're not talking 2. Come back later for that. Maybe here in a few weeks. What did the original Bloodstained, how did it look and feel when you first played through it?
It obviously reminded me a lot of Castlevania.
Right.
And that wasn't a franchise that I played a lot, but I played enough to understand.
Sidebar, you texted me, quote, "It's straight Castlevania."
Yeah. People a little more nuanced with Castlevania. Again, I haven't played it too much. I definitely haven't beat any of the games.
Okay.
So I don't want people who are more well versed in Castlevania to think that it's just like Castlevania. But somebody coming from a really like newcomer stance of Castlevania, like it reminded me so much of it.
Oh, absolutely. It plays like one. And like I said, I got really into the Castlevania series. It plays like one. Like you could slap a Castlevania logo on there and one might be fooled.
I definitely would be.
Sure. I mean, it's the 18-bit style, or I'm sorry, 16-bit style. The music is that way. The
music seems a little more techno-y.
And maybe that's just a product of the time. Maybe that's one way they wanted to keep it a little more modern.
I really dug it, though.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, just put my headphones in, put it on my Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, really quick, what is this available on? I think it's available on everything.
It is available. It's available Switch. I have it on the Switch, and I have it on the 360. I'm sure it's probably available on the PlayStation systems as well, and it's available on Steam.
So you play as Zangetsu, a demon slayer bearing a deep grudge, who must travel through perilous lands to defeat a powerful demon lurking in the dark castle. What I really liked about this game, though, is like you got your main character, but you also pick up allies throughout the game,
right?
Where you could switch between who you play.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a main who you really played with?
I like playing as I think the chick, Miriam.
The chick, yeah, with the long ass whip.
Yeah, I mean her health was just one below the main character, Zangetsu. She was just one below, but man, that whip and the fact that she could slide, as well. And which by the way, I want to make a quick sidebar here. It's not 16-bit, it's 8-bit. It says it features an 8-bit aesthetic and gameplay style similar to Castlevania games on the NES. So yeah, before anybody gets on their computer and, oh, I'm sorry, it's not a 16-bit style game, it's an 8, and I should have known that. That's on me, but I'll go ahead and eat that now. But yeah, 8-bit looks and feels a lot like an old school Castlevania game. I liked playing as Miriam a lot, and I feel like my game was shot whenever she would die.
For sure.
Right.
You got your main character, Zangetsu. 3 allies. I have not beat the game. You said you beat the game a while ago, but you're replaying it again?
Yes, I have. And even because a lot of people will look at the label Castlevania and say, oh my god, that series was super, super hard to play. And it is, but there's actually two or three different style difficulties on here. And you really do get, like, if you play, like, casual or what would be normal, it's not as, like, gut-punching.
No, I found it fairly easy.
On normal?
On casual.
On casual, yeah. But then you play
casual and veteran.
Veteran is where you get a lot of the, like, knockback, and you don't get as much opportunities for health, and you have to actually, like, watch your life meter and how many lives you actually have.
So to go over the allies really quick, you have like a vampire who changes into a bat and he can fly. Each of the allies you get and each of the characters you can play have different abilities you can use.
Yeah.
So like we said, the chick, she can jump really high, slide, and she's got this long whip. Mm-hmm. Really, it's got a lot longer distance of
shot than like the sword or the sorcerer's the wizard
like that's so short. Do you ever play with him?
I do, because one of his attributes that you can use, his secondary weapon, is basically he encapsulates himself in fire.
Yeah, the Ring of Fire, the Johnny Cash shit.
Yeah. Oh, there's a reference I was going to hear today.
You got the wizard who I didn't use much. He was nice with the Ring of Fire facing some of the enemies. Because the thing is, like, the different enemies you face, they are easier to deal with the different weapons that the characters have, or the different
attributes.
The attributes of the characters you can play.
One thing I really liked about this game, speaking of attributes and stuff, the game had no time limit.
No.
It didn't. So
and it had infinite lives, at least on casual.
Right. And at least, I mean, I don't know about... I gotta go back and see if it actually had a time limit on veteran or not. But man, the no time limit basically lets you pretty much dictate the pace of the game. And if you died, it was almost like it was your fault, as opposed to getting knocked back into a pit from veteran mode. I mean, if you take your time, really calculate your approach on normal mode, then you're going to find it to be a very fruitful experience. You really will.
I absolutely love the bosses in this game.
Oh, yeah.
They are so creative.
Mm-hmm.
With the coin boss, where he's got the stack of coins.
Yes. Also,
and the hand is pushing it. Yeah.
I think that almost feels like it was like a nod to Super Castlevania 4, the Vegas. Well, they call it the Vegas room, but I feel like that was kind of a nod to that a little bit. It's kind of what it felt like to me.
How so?
Well, there's a room in Dracula's castle in Super Castlevania 4. Once you get into the castle, deeper into the castle, where it's basically just coins floor to ceiling, and you're basically beating enemies that come out of the coins. It had that very same feel to it. So I feel like that was kind of like a nod to that a little bit, or at least it looked that way to me.
The dragon boss is kind of cool, where you got there's probably 3 heads of the dragon.
Right. Oh yes, which that was definitely a nod to Super Castlevania 4, because there is a 3-headed boss at the end of, I think, the 3rd section. At the end of 3-3, that's a 3-headed dragon.
So the game obviously tries to pay homage to Castlevania.
It feels a lot like that without.
And I can't speak to that much because, again, I haven't played too much Castlevania, but I mean, it does a good job at it.
A little too good of a job at it, honestly. I mean, it really does like feel like somebody like
you were copying homework off a friend and you didn't paraphrase enough.
No, it's almost like you bought a pie from the store and you want to enter into a pie contest, but you just throw some like white sugar on it and a cherry and throw it out there.
Is that okay?
And pass it off on your own. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you get a homemade pie from a place and you want to pass off on your own, but you don't just put the exact pie out there, you spice it up a little bit. And the spice is nice. I mean, it makes for a really good game.
The spice is nice.
The spice is nice. There you go. The more you know. But I do like the fact that you can control the difficulty, and there's really no time limit. So, people who may jump headfirst into this game, like, oh, I've played Castlevania before, this should be good, but I haven't played it in a while, they can enjoy the game. Anybody can enjoy it, and they made it that way. Where if you're like a hardcore gamer like me, you want a challenge, play one of the harder modes, and you'll still get enjoyability out of it.
This definitely made me want to go back and try Castlevania more, though.
Really?
It did, yeah.
Like, you're talking like the original 3 or like Castlevania 4, Super Castlevania 4? I'll tell you right now. You gotta play them in order?
I have to play them in order. I really do. Like, you said something about you wanted to review this game. You said either 1 or 2. I'm like, no, we have to start with 1.
Right.
Like, they made the first one first, and that's where you're supposed to start. So when I go back and play Castlevania, I'm going to start with the first one.
Now, I'll tell you what. When we review 2, there's a character in there that is just absolutely amazing.
Is the second one a lot like the first? Same concept with the allies and shit?
Yes. You juggle character, but one of the characters that you get is awesome.
Now,
it is a corgi dog in a mech suit.
Oh.
It is badass.
It's pretty sweet.
It's very sweet.
Now, there's different Bloodstained games. There's Curse of the Moon, and there's, what did you say, Ritual
of the Night. And I was just looking into that. That's one I haven't played, but I was just looking at a review of it. They said it's a Metroidvania-style game, to which that is right up my alley. Like, I love Super Metroid. I love Symphony of the Night. That is one that I feel like I have to go get. And to a lesser extent, one that we're circling back around to the spiritually retro style. Another 8-bit game that's also like a Metroidvania style game. Very dark, very, tight controls. The difficulty is based on, you and you alone. Axiom Verge.
What's that?
It's like a futuristic style shooter, even though it takes place in New Mexico in 2005. It's a futuristic shooter, but you wake up underground and you have to go room to room. It's a progression game. So basically, they have rooms that you can't get through, but until you collect an item and come back and then go through those rooms.
Now, I noticed some of that in this game. When I'm going through the levels, like, I think the first level had somewhere where it had, like, a really low overpass type thing, where you couldn't, like, where you need to crawl under. But you didn't get the ally to be able to do that until the end of the first level.
Yes.
How do you go back and play that? So to carry on with my question, there in the pause menu, there's something that says Curse of the Moon. And it talks about starting anew, where you can go back to the levels. So I'm wondering if maybe that's what it is. I don't know if, like, I didn't want to do it because I'm so far in the game. I don't want to start anew.
Fair.
And have to start the game over. So I'm wondering if maybe you keep the allies if you do that.
Good question. I don't know. And if you're out there and you're listening and you do know, find out before we do. Or, if you got something you want to throw in there, just hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what you think of the game and if there's anything that we missed or anything we can add that really kind of makes our gameplay experience a lot better.
Yeah, overall, man, I'm really impressed with the game.
It is. It is a very visually stunning game. Again, tight controls, difficulty isn't, it is what you make it. It's not just like one size fits all. Great gameplay. I really do like it.
Yeah, check it out.
Yes, absolutely.
So with that, I think that's going to end our episode.
It is.
It is.
It is. So join us next week or 2 weeks from now. Join us 2 weeks from now when Eric is going to tell us the difference between an alligator and a crocodile.
Ooh, that's funny you'd mention that. Do you know how to tell the difference?
I don't.
Okay, so see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Okay, see you later, alligator. The alligator's snout or nose or whatever the fuck you call it is shaped as a U. After a while, crocodile. Crocodile is shaped as an A. So it's all in their like no shape. See you.
Holy shit. Yeah. Well, I guess we're not going to wait 2 weeks for him to tell us the difference because he's going to tell us right now.
I got you.
But you do have to wait 2 weeks from now when he's going to tell us what really is living under our bed. All right, we are out of here. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you much for tuning in.